I'm Tim Draper, and I invest in big ideas before they become the next big thing. I invested in Tesla, SpaceX, Twitch, all when they were just a sparkle in that entrepreneur's eye. This season, I'm traveling the globe to find game-changing entrepreneurs with world-transforming ideas. I'll bring these visionary innovators to Hero City in the heart of Silicon Valley, where they'll compete for $1 million investment. Here is the twist. You, the viewers, can vote for your favorite entrepreneurs and help them secure a spot in the finale. Who will rise to the challenge and secure the funding to turn their dreams into reality? Let's find out together on Season 7 of... Hey, welcome everybody to meet the Drapers. We're here at the season finale in the middle of the Silicon Valley at Draper University. I don't have to adopt anybody this time because they are already Drapers. And you're getting 3 generations of Draper. We have Bill Draper. He was one of the founders of all venture capital here in the Silicon Valley. He did extraordinary things. He was a part of the United Nations Development Program, the chairman of the Export-Import Bank. He was the first venture capitalist in India, in the world, ever. And he's been my dad for a long time. Dad, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much, Tim.
Anything you're going to be looking for?
I look for energy, ability to be very clear what they're doing and why they're doing it, and a couple of things that I'll be looking for.
Terrific. To my left, we have Adam Draper. He is a venture capitalist. He runs Boost Ventures. Boost was actually the first Bitcoin incubator in the world. He has focused on everything from Bitcoin to exoskeletons, to oceans, to deep tech. And now Boost VC is one of the dominant deep tech venture funds in the world.
Thank you. While you were talking, I was thinking we have like 205 years of Draper on stage right now.
Oh, 205 years.
I'm half of it.
At Boost, we invest in bold ideas and great people, and I hope to see a lot of those today.
These entrepreneurs have come from all over the world. We visited 10 different countries, brought in the best of the best entrepreneurs from all those countries. In the finale, we invest $1 million in the winner, $500,000 in second place, and $250,000 in third place. These entrepreneurs have been through a lot, not only starting and building businesses, but they also went through survival training with our team from Draper University.
Oh, they did survival?
They did survival.
Oh, this is gonna be awesome. Yeah, they're ready.
They're ready.
That'll test it.
So with that, why don't we bring on our entrepreneurs? But before we do, here we've got real eyebrows. Let's see what's going on behind the scenes.
I think of all the presentations we made, that was the one where we felt the most relaxed. This is for you and Bill.
Oh, look at this.
Nice to meet you. This is for you.
Is that wood?
This is a rocket fuel.
Rocket fuel?
You bet.
You're doing, that's what you're doing?
I'd like you to imagine just a day without access to your credit card, or a week without the ability to fill up on gas. How about months without weather forecasting? Space isn't just for astronauts anymore. It is the invisible backbone of modern society and our daily lives. Space is about the vital services that power our economy and protect our safety. We are launching and delivering the world's most critical infrastructure and satellite technologies for governments, for agencies, and for commercial operators alike.
Our launch and delivery vehicle system can be deployed both from Earth and from space, leveraging sustainable fuels, a result of a radical scientific breakthrough and a unique additive manufacturing know-how.
Your special sauce is the environmentally better rocket.
We were able to lead them down that path by providing them with a sample of the fuel to really focus their questions and their ideas around what it is that they're holding in front of them.
It is the way that fuel interacts with the rocket engine that we have a patent on. It is the fact that it cannot burn on its own. The injection of the oxidizer in the combustion chamber is really what will enable that fuel to burn.
When we last saw you, we had announced our first commercial agreement with your portfolio company, Gravitics.
So what did you do with Gravitics?
So the Gravitics contract was studying the insertion of 36 vehicles that can be stored inside Starship that will ultimately be launched from space.
How do each of you divide your time?
I'm the company's COO and the Chief Technical Officer.
I'm the company's Chief of Staff.
How are you better than whatever SpaceX is using right now?
We really felt like Tim would sort of stick to, vision.
We're different. SpaceX, they do rely on cryogenic propellants. Those propellants need to be stored at subcool temperature, and they cannot be stockpiled. Our launch vehicle can be stored, it can be scaled, but most importantly, it can be stockpiled. Whenever you need to launch, within an hour or two, we can reach orbit.
What does this enable that wasn't possible before?
Rapid reconstitution and replenishment. So today, if you fuel a SpaceX rocket or a Rocket Lab rocket, it has to go. It has to fly, right? You fuel it, it's got to go.
I did not invent hybrids. They've been around since the 30s. But hybrids, despite all the advantages that we talked about and we cited, they couldn't meet the performance requirements for long duration burn to reach orbit. And that's what's possible with our technology.
Terrific. Thanks so much for being on Meet the Drapers. Dad, what did you think of reaction dynamics?
I like the energy. Pretty clearly told us what they're trying to do. I would have to get out to outer space to really see it.
To really focus.
Adam, what did you think?
They knew every question, they had a great answer, and it feels like it comes from a very good place of just wanting to truly innovate in space. Also, it's pretty cool to just hold fuel that's launching something into space in November. It's pretty cool.
So, let's bring on our next entrepreneur. But before we do, let's see what's going on behind the scenes.
Hello guys, I'm Amanda and we are here at the season finale of Meet the Drapers. We're doing a survival training today with the entrepreneurs. Tell us more about what is going to happen today.
What we're going to do is teach them the different skills they might need when they develop their companies in the future. It's going to be fast-paced, intense, and by the end of the day, they should go home and they should have a couple of things in their tool set that they can carry with them throughout the rest of their career as an entrepreneur.
Being on the final with an exceptional bunch of people, leaders, I'm just proud to be a part of today's episode.
As an award-winning Oscar and BAFTA film producer, I know all too well the challenges faced in the traditional, highly centralized media and entertainment sector.
Current model of media distribution is completely broken for all three stakeholders. As consumers of content, you cannot monetize your consumption. You cannot invest into the content that you consume. And Adam, I want to ask you, when was the last time you get rewarded for the content that you watch? Are you actually loyal to any content platform, or you're just loyal to the content that you consume? The second stakeholder, advertisers. So right now, advertisers are paying for an audience which is completely non-captive. It's not interested in the messaging. Tim, I want to ask you, when was the last time you actually paid attention to an ad that came to your screen on YouTube or any other video platform that you consume? You didn't. The third stakeholder, which is the content creator, they face a challenge. They don't have access to funding. So Bill, if you as an investor can invest into stocks and bonds and cryptocurrencies and all of those great asset classes, why can't you invest into content? We're decentralizing the video content industry. We're solving the problems for all three stakeholders.
We're 22 million registered users, 7 million monthly active users.
I mean, your growth looks pretty insane. What is the user getting that they don't normally get?
A part of the advertising revenue We actually give back to the consumers in the form of engagement rewards.
After that initial engagement, which is at industry high levels, what can they then go and do with those rewards? Do they want to go and cash it in for an IRL, experience, tickets to see their favorite game, or do they want to go and use it and fund their favorite content?
And are you funding any content, or are you just working at deals?
And he understands the scalability of a decentralized app like Myco, so I think he got it like instantly.
So we acquire a lot of the content, we license a lot of the content, so like for example some of the largest rights that you see here.
Yeah, and I don't know if you've noticed, but Meet the Drapers is part of their content.
I see it. They put it on 2 spots.
I see that. Yeah.
That was clever.
We've got 3 million plus unique views just in the past 3 months. It's blowing up.
How do you two divide up your work?
The most difficult one was obviously Bill. You're talking about a generation where when you watch TV or media, you can't even choose.
I'm more focused on live sports. He's the guy who brings the content to the platform.
He has an Oscar, so he's the pretty face.
I understand the entertainment industry and the traditional side, and I saw the opportunity to really crack some of those problems that are so key to making content.
Can people be paid in Bitcoin?
No, only on the Myco token, which is being built on the Aptos blockchain.
I thought because we said we couldn't take Bitcoin, that might have been like they're gone.
Terrific. Thank you two so much for being on Meet the Drapers. So Adam, what'd you think of Myco?
People have talked about rewarding the viewer for a really long time. It's been a hard problem to solve.
Are you concerned that somebody else will just be a fast follower?
I actually think his answer on the philosophical take is the right one. There's going to be a breakout in this.
Dad, what'd you think?
I'm kind of on the fence on this one.
Media needs some sort of a shakeup. They have been very effective for us. Let's bring on our next entrepreneur. But before we do, it's all in the eyebrows.
We're going to be doing a couple different training scenarios with them, all paintball based. It exemplifies leadership skills under pressure, and then also being versatile, adaptive, communicative. Communication is huge. We have a VIP, and your goal is to shoot that VIP. That is how you win.
Tactics-wise, we can send one player here and 2 players here, and we try to storm at the same time.
I would remember your goal is to protect your VIP. It'll be 8 minutes, so it goes very quickly in the game.
I'm thinking like a good thing actually might just be the hide.
There's not a lot of place to hide this.
Look at this.
See you.
All right. See you in a few minutes.
All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1, go, 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 go. 8 minutes.
He's definitely hiding somewhere.
Where the hell did he disappear, man?
There's a 2-to-1 ratio. All they had to do was protect their VIP and keep him alive. Even though they all died, they accomplished their mission. There's an old saying, leave no stone unturned.
This is like a real world, because while you're managing a company, sometimes you have to stay still and wait for the result. And it's really difficult because you are not taking any action, you are just waiting. Taking action is really easier than just staying still.
It was really exciting day. We are here for finale. It was just before the inception of WeWalk. I was in New York City. While I was going my hotel, I was using my traditional white cane with my one hand, and I was holding my smartphone with the other to check the GPS direction. At the same time, I had to pull my luggage with those 3 fingers. And not surprisingly, I bumped into a pole. And this is not only my problem. There are more than 250 million visually impaired people. We created the patented smart cane technology. It detects obstacles and alerts its users with audio and haptic feedback, gives turn-by-turn navigation, informs you about restaurants, stores, cafes while you are passing by. Moreover, we build an ecosystem with our software service.
We've got over 7,000 users across the globe, supported by a distribution network in over 25 countries.
How much are the canes and then how much is the subscription?
$850 and $5 per month for end user. We have to find a sweet spot between creating revenue and creating impact.
How often is it used, like 5 hours a day? Is it used, sporadically?
We've had some users that have just bought WeWalk for the obstacle detection capabilities, and they found it to be life-changing. But we've got some visually impaired people who are explorers, for instance, who love to use their smart cane to check out unfamiliar places as well.
If you multiply out 250 million people by $1,000, you got a $250 billion market size. Maybe you can go into that and how many people actually will get this thing.
When I heard their question, I became so happy because it showed their interest.
And for smart cane too, being that it's the first smart cane to look and feel like a traditional white cane, we're not just going after those 50 million cane users, but actually those 253 million visually impaired people worldwide, because they can still use our software app package for a monthly subscription. They just miss out on the obstacle detection features and the enhanced usability of using our smart cane.
Right now, there is no such technology. Our target is to reach all those blind schools, blind agencies all around the world and make WeWalk the de facto mobility aid.
How did you find each other?
In a social innovation program. All our technologies are based on our lived experiences.
Fantastic. Thank you so much for being on Meet the Drapers. So, Dad, what'd you think?
God, I thought it was wonderful. Any way we can help them, we should do it. Wow, almost made me cry.
Adam, what'd you think?
I love when I can relate superheroes to founders, and they're building Daredevil stick. Good go-to-market. Size of market, like I don't know how far they're gonna get charging $5 a month.
But if you're blind, you pay whatever.
Well, I'm saying that they should probably charge more.
Charge more?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Than $5 a month. Like, I think it's a good service.
Let's bring on our next entrepreneur, but before we do, it's all about the eyebrows.
Gentlemen, welcome to the iteration called Build a Boat. So right now we've got you guys broken into teams. You guys are gonna have exactly 5 minutes to plan. When the 5 minutes is up, it's gonna be game time, all right? So the mission is to build a raft to sail across our bay here, and then successfully would be completing with somebody dry. That's the objective. All right, with that said, your prep time has started.
Okay, what do you want to do?
Is there anyone built such kind of thing before?
No, not me. If there's a cap with those barrels are going to be the best.
We could put the wooden stuff on top of the barrel. Wood stuff. And then we can tie them together. Go for that. And who are we choosing to keep dry? I think Corset.
So the other thing is one person on top, the rest in the water. Just drag it up. Okay.
This is not a very good flotation. Yeah, I agree. We're thinking like this looks like it's been used quite a bit. Did these float? But I'm saying, what do we need to grab right off the bat?
All right, that's time. Go ahead and start building your apparatuses. All right.
Watch out for the nails. Wait, give me 1 second.
Here, let's do it this way and on that one too.
Got it.
I think, guys, this one is
so broken.
How many PhDs does it take to tie a
Can somebody hold that down, please? Bashar, we don't have all the time, so work moving.
On this side of it.
From that side. С той стороны.
You want to then take this side and tie that all together?
One. All right, hey, line up by your boats. Line up by your boats. Hands off, line up by your boats.
What was the general plan over here?
So we wanted to go with what knew could work and then add complexity as we move.
And what was the plan for this boat?
we decided to go with something that will give us as much buoyancy above the water as possible.
On your mark. Get set. Go.
Pushing, Ari. Pushing. Good job. Nice. What's that? Right behind them! Right behind them! Nearly about to beat them! Let's keep it! Push! Hey! Yeah! Good job, good job. Nice. Hey, good, you're the engine.
We're here with Team Titanic, the winners. That was awesome. How do you guys feel?
The first Titanic that didn't drown.
But just the anticipation of walking in the stage for the finale, that was the most intense 2 minutes of the whole day. We make software for analyzing genomics data. I have a PhD in AI, and the application of AI that I found most meaningful is in medicine. The data is messy, but the impact is high. I worked in cancer research at Harvard, and I saw genomics as a powerful new technology transforming medicine. But the big bottleneck is analyzing data, making sense of the data. So we created BasePair as a super easy to use software that any scientist can run complex analyses without any coding. Our customers are some of the best life sciences companies making a true impact. Nkarta develops new therapies of cancer using BasePair. Vitrolife can double the odds of pregnancy in IVF. We may have helped hundreds of thousands of healthy pregnancy, and this is what gets us to work every day. And this time, I think the pitch pretty much went as planned.
Can you go into the Vitrolife?
In IVF, once you have multiple embryos, if you use genetics, then the pregnancy odds improve. So we have a white label software for them.
I see. So you can choose your favorite child before you've ever met them.
Yes.
Adam.
Hey, I'm here.
And who pays you?
We have one large user rather than multiple small ones.
And aren't you at their mercy?
Our logo retention is 100%. In fact, we get logged in. We customize the analysis, customize the reporting, and this is a solution they are selling to hundreds of labs all over the world.
Who do you compete against in this market?
Sometimes the question were taking a different direction, and then I tried to bring them back to the pitch. When we presented in the qualifier, Andy Tang asked us, sure, small companies are using us, but why would a big pharma use you? We are in the legal to close a deal with a top 20 pharma, and in 2 years, they could be ramped up to be our first 7-figure customer. And our platform helps everyone get on the same page.
Are you kind of like business intelligence, but for the pharma?
You could say that for genomics.
Everyone uses your data as the story to be able to say where they should
exactly.
be doing things.
Across multiple departments.
Yeah.
They were good questions, looked like they understood the problem.
Give us another one of the applications that people are using it for other than in vitro.
Myco Brain has created a kit which can analyze thousands of potential infection in a single test. But again, they do the lab work, all the R&D. They don't have the software.
Why do they trust you?
That's a great question. They should not, because these are very sensitive data. They run through our platform, they review the results, they match it up with their existing data, and only when it matches, then they trust us.
Thank you so much for coming and being on Meet the Drapers. Terrific. Dad, what'd you think?
I liked him. I really should have asked more questions about his team.
Generally, they're PhDs. Adam, what'd you think?
He's got a vibe. He just loves data. I think they found a good gateway market with this IVF. They're saying, hey, we're gonna give you all the data. We'll just plug in. We'll solve this for you. Can we accelerate more unique, novel insights? And I think that's what this is.
With that, let's move on to our next entrepreneur. But before we do, let's see what they did in survival.
Hello guys, we are here at Stone 27. We hiked all the way to the top and we are here because we're gonna have the next challenge. Let's see what it is.
This is Stone 27. It was built for Burning Man. several years ago. If you're afraid of heights, it's going to be a little bit challenging.
Right.
The best part is the view. So when you get to the top stone, take a couple seconds, look out over the Pacific Ocean, Malleys Bay, and then Inverness. So with that, Bashir, you're up first.
Let's go, Bashar!
That one is scary. Once you're up there and it's just wobbling.
Nice. Wow, it's catching a lot of wind. Face man.
And I can hold this, right?
Yep, you can hold that.
Okay.
There's no way. Yeah. Amazing, dude.
You're there.
Okay. Bigger step in front of you. Bigger step. There you go.
Let's go! Yes!
Bravo! Now you kind of have to go down.
This next one is a slightly bigger step.
Okay.
So it's a little bit more of a drop.
What was it like up there? So windy.
It was so windy, and also I didn't know where the cables are, so if I knew, it would be easier for me. But this is life, you know, we don't know what life will bring us tomorrow.
I was extra nervous because of the fact that I was voted back in. Over the next 20 years, over $100 trillion will be transferred to millennials and other digital natives. Yet wealth management industry is not ready. It is stuck in the past, outdated, not inclusive, not scalable. With 15 years in financial services, I have witnessed this myself. We have developed a fully in-house, AI-powered, modular, cloud-based platform that digitizes every aspect of the wealth value chain. Our two core products are Wealth Operating System for financial institutions and a Family Operating System. The whole wealth management industry is facing a Kodak moment.
So we're a family. What would the AI do for us?
Based on your input and your preferred risk profile, the AI will generate portfolios.
Basically, here's my portfolio. Cash, Bitcoin, startups. Is that well balanced?
What
would the AI say?
Does not compute, does not compute.
We have achieved much progress since we last met, and we have landed our first large financial institution as a client. We have achieved 70% year-on-year revenue growth. By investing in us, you'll be investing in the future of wealth management, accessible, inclusive, and AI-powered.
You're kind of saying, hey, families, use our AI, right? Rather than like, hey, learn how wealth management works. It feels to me like a lot of people have this problem of understanding the wealth management side. Is there something you're doing to bridge that gap?
Education is something that is very close to us. First of all, we'll do it for a family office. It will digitize the entire operation. I run a personal financial education blog. I would love to make that a part of what we do.
Why do you care? Why are you doing this?
What I tried to do for many years, I just tried to buy a system. I bought some systems I couldn't afford. I'm not saying this is not a competitive market, but for me there was nothing. And the other, I would say, deep personal reason is that I survived Kazakhstan through the collapse of the Soviet Union. I know what an inclusive wealth system looks like, and I know it's not good for anyone. I felt the biggest connection when things got very personal.
Who is working with you?
28 people now, including myself. We have a big office in Singapore, but our biggest office is in Kazakhstan.
Thank you so much for being on Meet the Drapers. So, Dad, what did you think of old Sus?
I liked him. I don't think he convinced me that he had a feel of customer.
I liked his answer on the fall of the Soviet Union. You know that was a very tough time for everybody in Kazakhstan.
You know, I think a lot of people are having this conversation internally in their families. I think a big part of it really is that education side where he didn't hit. I want people to be awake while managing their money. And it feels like it's like trying to automate everything.
Families are complicated.
I should be able to see like, you know, my dad is just Bitcoin Cash and like be like, yo dad, what are you thinking?
More Bitcoin. More cowbell.
Why do we have any cash?
Let's move on to our next entrepreneur. But before we do, let's see what's going on behind the scenes.
Real quick, just kind of an orientation on the range. We're going to be shooting on the steel at 15 meters, just to let you get used to the firearms if you haven't shot this platform before. We might shoot from back there later. Right here, buddy. Go ahead and put your ears on for me.
I've never done this before,
No, that's okay. What's your name?
Amit.
Yep, just like that. So we're going to kind of close these up. Open your feet up just a little bit for me. Yeah, there you go. We're going to start on the target on the left, okay? You like that? Elbows up, send it. Good hit. 9 out of 10. Okay, shoot this. Okay, yep. Slowly let your finger out. Feel that click?
Yes.
Okay. Off to the right edge. Slow and steady. Slow and steady. Let the gun surprise you.
Do you think this challenge today is tied up to entrepreneurship?
Yeah, it's all about learning a new skill, and it's also about focus, because you have to be very steady when you make the shot.
So we got to figure out who's going to be the champion. Yeah. We got the cup right here. This is the Tim Draper Sniper Cup. All right. Whoever the champion is, they get to hold it for about 10 minutes, and we're going to form a line. Everyone gets one shot at the center steel target. Whoever makes it gets to move back. Everyone else, we got to watch the champion. All right. Nice.
Thank you. Hit. Don't worry about him, he can't hit anything. Miss. All right, here we go. Round 2. Hit. Yes. No hit. Oh! Okay. Oh. Hit. The greatest shot in Draper history. Hold that thing up high. Get some photos.
Yeah, shout out to the team. I've been spending all your money practicing shooting.
Surreal, always surreal to be back.
Yeah, it's been a great journey.
I see Tim, you've already met, our AI-powered superhero, Captain FailSafe. He's protecting the world from crypto hacks. I'm sorry to say it, but your crypto is at risk today. State-sponsored hackers, North Koreans, every bad guy out there is weaponizing AI, social engineering, and they're winning to the tune of billions of dollars annually. In fact, the largest hack ever just happened. $1.5 billion was stolen from Bybit, and here's the kicker. FailSafe would have stopped that hack.
Good line.
The Achilles heel of any system, of any security system, is its complexity. Our system takes 5 minutes to set up. Our competition takes days.
It's precisely that ease of use and that simplicity that has driven many of the world's top blockchain companies to already trust FailSafe to protect their assets, even at our early stage. We've already signed multiple deals with distributors who are essentially security auditors that are scaling our outreach efforts. We have the tech, we have the team, and we have the traction to prove it, and we want you to join us on our mission to saving the future of crypto.
How would you have solved Bybit hack?
So we actually replayed that attack. We protect multi-sig wallets. Whitelisting, there's a number of mechanisms. That attack would have been caught by our technology. It does boil down into technical details. I was a little concerned about diving into the weeds.
Would it have been caught by anybody else?
Not that we have seen.
Would this be something that Coinbase would use?
We're working with a few exchanges today. Through you, I think we would love to get in touch with the Coinbase folks. We found that stablecoin issuers are the ones who are more forward with us.
Like, what's the next level of security?
Actually, I'd just like to preface that by saying we're going further up the funnel because, to be honest, anyone can be socially engineered into anything. Singapore's largest cybersecurity vendor has reached out to us and said, hey, actually, we'd love to bundle this product with you so that we can catch hacks even earlier on.
Do you ever reach that end customer?
End users don't pay for cybersecurity. They expect the platforms they use to be the ones to investing robustly in cybersecurity.
How are you distinguishing yourselves from all the competition?
It's so incredible to see Bill at it. I'm not sure that there are many people in the world at this age who would be grilling us on live TV like this. We are really the ones that have been able to prove consistently that we would have stopped these hacks from taking place. Say there's probably only 3 other companies right now that are attempting to do what we're doing. We're also very aggressive with the way that we go to market. We are empowering security auditors who are already doing these code audits to sell our tech straight to their customers.
Great, well, thank you so much. So, Dad, what did you think?
I don't know, there's so much competition that they didn't answer that well.
Adam, what'd you think?
I like it. I like them. They showed a lot of character. We need more people who are figuring out simple ways that the average person can feel safe in the crypto industry. I don't know technically why they are better. I just think, hey, more smart people targeting this is going to be amazing.
All right, so let's bring on our next entrepreneur. God, what a day, huh?
Great day.
Amazing.
Good day.
So we're here for the final challenge, and as you can see, it's gonna be pretty cold. Tell us more about it.
So we do the ice plunge really to show people that even though something's uncomfortable, they can jump in the cold water and get through the discomfort.
Just psych yourself up. I love this shit. Yeah, thank you.
Get in now.
You ready? Ready? Okay, here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. 2, 3, jump in. Here we go.
Breathe, right in. Out. Come on,
There you go. Now you don't have to spend like $200 on
Yeah.
Got it.
Let's move the ice out. What is the time? Don't think about the time.
Guy's smiling his back real quick.
Everybody's looking good. 30 seconds. 30 seconds. All right, last 10 seconds. You got to put your head under the water. Everyone go underwater. All the way down, Jesse. All the way down. Try to get out nice and slow. Everyone out.
I lost in the semifinal. That was totally my fault. And when I got back home, I reassessed. The current financial system is broken in many parts. It's inefficient, there's a lot of intermediaries, there's a lot of fraud. 1.5 billion people in the world that are unbanked. There are hundreds of blockchains that are already existing. Each day new blockchain is created. The bridging is often insecure. So we have a solution for that. CrossCurve liquidity meta layer creates a unified single market for the liquidity. It connects all blockchains together. It creates highly efficient trading. We have an innovation as well. It is CrossCurve consensus bridge, making sure that at no point of time there is a single point of failure. Bitcoin is known for decentralization. We do the same for the bridges. We are backed by second largest decentralized exchange in the world, Curve Finance. We've partnered with a number of leading bridges. I tried to convey the message that it's all about decentralization. decentralization. We work tirelessly at CrossCurve to bring blockchain technology into everyone's lives.
How would I use it?
You as a person would have an app in your phone and you will be able to trade any assets. Currently it's cryptocurrencies, tomorrow it will be stocks, tomorrow it will be the tokens of the new tokenized world.
Now he can do that with Robinhood today. What you're saying is, by decentralizing this, you're making it more secure, more efficient, and cheaper.
The question that he asked was already half answered. Absolutely. That's what blockchain brings to the world.
But are you going to custody?
We will have a custody solutions. However, in the decentralized world, majority of the people would have non-custodial wallets, so they will always keep their custody, and that's why security is paramount.
I would keep custody on my ledger.
Yes, correct.
And I would trade through your platform.
Absolutely.
And then the ledger would update.
Correct.
So you said that you have $2.8 billion in volume.
Correct.
And you're making 10K a month.
On the transactional volume at this time. We kept our transactional fees super low to achieve this volume, and we're ramping up the fees as well.
So are you like a good interface for Curve Finance?
The questions that came from Adam, you would instantly know that he understands a lot about blockchain technology.
You're working with Curve, and you're the interface that everyone uses.
Whatever Curve is doing for the single chains, we do across different chains. We bring Curve technology and our technology and connect the all blockchains into the single market. I believe that together we can build this unicorn up.
Two you so much for being on Meet the Drapers.
Thanks, Faraj.
Well, what did everybody think of Faraj?
Well, I think you two decide.
Adam, what did you think?
I mean, it feels like a really important part of what Curve could be. I'm trying to figure out where it is different, because it is an interface. That world is very confusing, and if they solve just the interface, it'll be great. I think he's going to do really well, though.
Yeah, I sort of felt that way, too.
So tell us what happened at WeWalk.
In Thailand, I had an opportunity to meet with a bunch of folks that were looking to, I guess, find themselves and find their calm in the cold water. At the end, when we had to spend 2 minutes in the water, I only spent about 30 seconds.
Why do you think in this environment he could stay in for 3 minutes?
The call. The
right
team.
now he's doing it for
everybody.
Yeah, that's one of the most important things when you have your startup company, is to get that herd mentality and that culture. So you're in that water with 5 other people and it's unbearable and it sucks. If I did it individually, I'd probably have somewhere around 25-30% of the people stay in it. When Tim went across the world, he didn't find heroes, he found superheroes. And it's like, it's really crazy the level that you guys are participating at. Hopefully look forward to seeing you guys all close Series A rounds in Series B and Series C, and inviting me to the IPO party.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
So thank you so much, Rob.
Thank you.
This is the first time we've ever done this. We had a survival training for these entrepreneurs. We want these entrepreneurs to survive. Rock, tell me what you did with these entrepreneurs.
We take them out into the wilderness, put them through a lot of different exercises. We are used to working with entrepreneurs and heroes, but this group is really a bunch of superheroes. We do a build-a-boat competition. Usually we have one boat that just fails. Both the teams built their boats. They floated all the way across. It was a photo finish at the end. It was just amazing to see 2 groups, all that effort, come up with 2 different solutions.
If you were to pick one survivor.
The superheroes survived Krasat with the WeWalk. Just absolutely phenomenal. I've never seen anything like it. He engaged in every single challenge, even though he was a VIP, a visually impaired person. For me, it was watching him go around Stone 27. The ice bath. He was one of the few people that was submerged up to the chin, hitting steel at the gun range. And a lot of it, he was doing it by himself. And at one point, we blindfolded everyone. He was leading everyone blindfolded. So it was.
Oh my God, that's perfect.
And then I would have to say Bashar, the Rocket Man, was the dark horse. He trailed every single hike we did. He was coming in last. But when we got to a challenge, you could see that entrepreneurial, that hero mindset set in. And Bashar won the pistol competition at the end. Even though he wasn't the best shooter on paper, when it came to the real life scenario and the heartbeats, coming up, he pulled it out then.
All right, Rock.
All right, thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Rock, thanks so much. Now we have a very, very difficult choice that we have to make.
Well, luckily we don't have to make it.
Yeah, we do have a crystal ball here. So that should help. Let's invite out all our entrepreneurs. Dad, who's your choice?
I like everybody. I really have a hard time. They're all so good. I want to just pass or vote for everybody.
Our finales are getting so good. It's a different game now. Adam?
It's remarkable. You can tell that this is the finale. They're really impressive businesses. If I'm weighing it based off of things I've learned from today, somewhere between WeWalk and space travel. I don't know, just sprinkle money on the group crystal ball because it's really good. This is just a really great group.
I would say those that brought props.
They get props. They get props.
I picked the two who had props.
You did. We have no idea how to do this business. Been doing it for 40 years, still don't know how to do this business. So we're just going to rely on the crystal ball. Magic words, vibes, send it all into the crystal ball. Ooh, the crystal ball is showing people who are doing extraordinary things, places around the world, and the crystal ball is sending me a big vibe, and it says, a deal. We're going to make a deal. Reaction dynamics. We do $1 million at 18. Myco, we'll do $500,000 at your $20 million valuation. WeWalk, we'll invest $500,000 at your $15 million valuation. Investbanq, we're going to ask you, figure out what to do with education, and then come back. FailSafe, we're going to do $250K at your $6.9 million valuation, and that might be moved up at some point. BasePair, we're going to do $1 million at an 10. And CrossCurve, we're going to do $1 million at a $15 million valuation. What do you think? This finale has been as good as we've ever seen. The valuations may or may not be to your liking. If they're not, let me know. As you know, when we commit on the show, we commit. Deal's done.
Took a bit of time to process.
It felt unreal for a few seconds until we okay, that's us.
I was super excited to win, really. I mean, I have incredible respect to all the people that were there with me. So I wish all of them all the success.
They're all very smart, very courageous. 2 people were offered $1 million already. So I thought, damn, they're not going to do 3 of those. Sure enough, they called out our name and offered $1 million more. So oh, that's nice.
Felt disappointed myself that I was the only one who didn't get an offer on spot. Then Tim looked at me and said, soon to be congratulations. This is good news with some delay.
I mean, if we look at the likes of the other Draper investments, things like Tesla and Starlink, puts us in perspective at WeWalk that we could potentially now be one of those businesses.
It was invaluable to meet other entrepreneurs. I am happy more startups got investment than they committed at the beginning.
I think we found ourselves in a great group, successful people, entrepreneurs, and great human beings.
I still thought that he was going to name top 3 when he was just like boom, 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 boom. Yeah, all the guys winning was just like, that's a win for all of us, you know? Yeah, we're all in that iced up together.
See you next time on